Hello, everybody. I'm really very glad to be here today to talk a bit about what happened in Tunisia, what we were doing at now.org, and a bit the job we've done since many years, maybe more than 10 years now. So, what is all about? It's about politics, technology, and democracy. And you must know, very often when we talk, for example, about Tunisia, Egypt, and even Syria and many other Arab countries, I mean, the values that you talk about every day, here in States or in Western countries, those values are also in our constitutions. I mean, freedom of expression, human rights, fundamental rights, they are in the constitution of Tunisia, under Ben Ali's regime, in Egypt, also in Syria. And our problem in the case of Tunisia was how to demonstrate, how to show people that there are a big problem with the speech and with the declared values. And it was fantastic with the internet, because we are just few people since many years now, few people, and we don't have the wealth of the state. We don't have the wealth of the dictator. We don't have money. So what we always try to do is really to be creative. To be creative so that we can touch people, and to be creative in the task we want to do is to erode the autocratic legitimacy for the democratic one. And what happens the 14th January in Tunisia, when Ben Ali's regime collapsed, it was the victory of this democratic legitimacy, which is, I repeat it again, the declared democracy. And when Ben Ali left the country, the 14th of January, that day, his autocratic legitimacy collapsed. And how we did that, I don't know if you can see the example of the video. No? The first one?
Stand by.
The second. This is the first example, and we will come back to the other example of video. I hope we can play it. So this video was about the presidential airplane. It's a kind of mashup from several sites, spotter sites, and the purpose of this video was just to make something funny, something easy to see, something not annoying, not big papers, and to show people in Tunisia where is and where the presidential airplane goes for weekends in Geneva, in Barajas, in all over the world. And the purpose, as I said earlier, really to contribute to erode this autocratic legitimacy, to push people to make about the declared values those values to be more effective. And in the beginning, when we tried to do that, we were really very few. And little by little, technology was really the killing tool for us to do that, because we don't need lots of money to do this. We only need some creativity and also to really believe in those democratic values. And can we see the second video, please?
التربية والعمل وطورنا التشريعات بما يرشد الديمقراطية ويشرف
Okay, so thank you. This video was made in 2004, and this is really a typical example of our strategy. This video was made almost in half hour. Okay, it's not as pretty as the one of Hillary. I haven't nor the time nor the money to do something like that. And I mean, the fact that you can see this video today, I think I succeeded to do it, to talk about what was happening in Tunisia at that time. So our strategy was really to use technology to try to, speak to people and tell them, this guy is really nasty. This Ben Ali's guy is really nasty and he has to leave. And I think the 14th of January, we did succeed in our work. And the most of all now, why we've got this opportunity, this fantastic chance to free Tunisia from that nasty guy, Ben Ali. Very often we say, Mika mentioned it earlier, a Twitter revolution, Facebook revolution, internet revolution. Okay, it's a shortcut, but I really don't like this shortcut at all. Why I don't like it? Because it hides the most important thing, which is, it's not the internet who accelerated history. It's that part of the uncontrolled internet that accelerated the history. And this is extremely important. I mean, when we have technology, when we have communication tools, if they are controlled nothing happened. If there are parts of those technology that are uncontrolled, I mean, fantastic things can happen. And I almost want to say, what happened in Tunisia, what happened in Egypt, it's quite banal. Quite banal when we see in history. I think to Gutenberg. I mean, what did Gutenberg? Gutenberg's invention transformed entirely the Western country, Europe, because he gave to the people something that churches, governments, states cannot control it as they used to control all what is written. And I mean, the importance of the production of the print made things really hard to control. And also we see in 1848 in Europe, France, Germany, Austria, Italy, Romania. In 1848, what gave this, what we call the spring of people, it was possible because the new infrastructure for communication for people. And I also doubt that the telegraph, it's very early, but I also doubt that the telegraph also played a role. Because we know, the facts are there in history, we know that there were some lines of telegraph that were illegal, clandestine. And I don't know how important was the role of this new technology at that time, but I see each time when we have the technology that is used for communication, and the most of all that this technology is uncontrolled, the right thing happens. And when we have the technology, it is totally controlled. Think about Nazism, think about Goebbels, think about Mussolini, think about this huge screen in the cinema glorifying the worst what humanity lived. Think also about what was happening in Eastern Europe. I mean, each time the information is controlled, the wrong things happen. So really, I mean, when we say it's the internet who did that, of course, we all use the internet, but in fact not the internet in itself. It is that part of the internet who is in control. And I'm really proud to be here with you. I'm proud to see the most of you here because the most of you are contributing to make this internet free. But if we don't give to our children the tool we've got, we're going to be in a big trouble. And just a small example. When I see in France, for example, where I teach at the university, when I see that our children from almost 13, 14 years to 18, 20 years, all of them, one day or another, they downloaded something that the law forbade, which means 100%, the law must say 100% of this category are outlaws. I don't want to talk about the copyrights, etc. I just want to point out, when there are laws that say that 100% of a category that are outlaws, we are in big trouble. We are in big trouble because it's a problem with the authority of the law. We are in big trouble because we cannot have, there's something not normal at all. We cannot have such category of people being outlaws. So I hope in 20 years, in 25 years, in 30 years, I really my big wish that people won't say, oh, in the 2000, we used to have a free internet. And if really we do not care about that, we may be in a good trouble. Thank you for listening.